Okay, I'm not sure why I didn't have any juice to the battery there, but it's, once I hooked the wire up and tightened the bolt down, it all worked fine. It's only taking a couple amp of charge, so the ignition comes on here. We got good headlight out there. And that ain't, you know, it's not going down. This is just topping it off. So it looks like we got a brake light. We have no brakes at all of any kind, front or back, so I don't know what's up with that. We only got with everything hooked up on the bike, you got about 3 amps of load down there, it looks like. So, get the headlight on and everything else. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I don't know what that's supposed to do. I think that'd make these work, but maybe it's just for show. Who knows? This brake doesn't work either. No brakes. We have no brakes at all. Okay. So what do we got over here? Turn signal. Here's something flash. We got one flash. Up there. Over there. Nothing. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, what is? Oh, the headlight came on. Look at that. Okay. You got a three-way switch. On, off, off. Alright, those are working. Tell if these are doing anything. No, these are my camera lights making it flash. So, turn signals aren't working because these are turn signals here. Here flash every now and then, but these are never coming on. And these switches feel a little corroded, a little stiff. I have no idea what that is. This is police stuff. This must be an fxrp. That's a siren button. I think that's what that is. Oh, here it is, siren on off. Yeah. This side works better, but oh, there it goes, flashing back there. Let's see if this is flashing down here. Oh yeah, there we go. So we got some corrosion issues up in here. Not working there. Yeah, it's flashing that. It's flashing there, but it ain't flashing the lights. This one flashes. Yeah, see, this doesn't flash all these lights, it flashes the turn signal light. So something's not wired correctly on the turn signal. See, it's flashing everything here, see? Alright, yeah, typical custom bike. Good issue with the wiring. Oh, no, this doesn't work. Nice. It only works when the turn signals are on? I don't know. Yeah, got some wiring issues. Oh well. Lots of issues with wiring. As long as everything else works, we don't care. Let's see, did the starter engage? It's trying to. Okay, we'll leave that off for now. Oh, does the high-low work? Yep, high, low. Okay, low beam. This is siren, off, on. Siren doesn't work. So it must have been a cop bike. If it's got cop bike junk on it, it must be a cop bike. So it's an fxrp. which doesn't surprise me. San Diego had a lot of those back in the day, and they were, after every 2 years, they'd throw the bikes away. A lot of times they'd have under 50,000 miles on them, but 70 to 80 was real common. So was 60. So I think I ever saw anything more than 80,000 on the cop bike. Most of them are in the 60 to 70 areas, most common. Alright, so we're going to have to see about brake fluids. I want to see about getting the covers on. It looks like they got bolts instead of the correct hardware in here. This is what the ignition module is supposed to be. Obviously it's been converted to Dyna. There's all kinds of comments about how bad Dyna stuff is. Yeah, all ignitions failed I've ever had. Dynas work fairly good. So, whatever. Buy what you want. Okay, so does this go on this side or the other side? Doesn't fit very good in there. It might go there. And this one over here. It's missing the rubbers on the other side, and here's the rubbers, so this is probably right, that's probably left. So this goes in there like that. You have very low access to your brake if you put that in there, so it's a little bit harder to get in, but it's alright. Rubber nut right there. Unscrew this to make this work. Got the air compressor on over there. So, there we go. So that is loose. Put on there. Goes on here. This one's not doing anything. It re-tightened up on me, but it's in there. Needs new rubber parts with a shocker. Alright, I'm going to go butcher the other side and put this on. See how it goes on. Be back. Okay, I don't like half-ass and stuff, so I went and ordered up the wheel nuts to go in here. That's these rubber things right here. They're all destroyed. So basically it's a rubber with a brass nut on the inside on the good ones. They make them in different sizes for different metal thickness. So I ordered up some genuine wheel nuts, which is a real deal. And we're not going to use this crap here, it's junk. So anyway, I ordered up the real stuff, so they'll be in whatever, next week, whenever the hell they get here. Who cares? So I'll leave the covers off for now. Alright, so I want to see what's inside this motor over here. So that means we need to pull the plugs out, take a look at it. We So I'm going to take the spark plugs out and take a look at what we got in here. And this bike is okay. There. Got a little more room now for me. There we go. Get over here. I'm away a little bit. Gotta have room to work. How about over here for the camera? There's a better view. Okay, so these are big spark plugs. So I'm going to spark plug socket. So spark plugs tell you what condition the motor's in if they haven't been changed already. That's running rich. See how black they are? That's called rich. So you take your finger and rub it right there. See what comes off. It's dried on pretty heavily. So that means it's burning a little bit of oil, but not too bad. It's not wet with oil, but it is using some oil. Doesn't surprise me. Check the gap there. Yeah, it's got gap. So these are pretty filthy. You can also look inside the spark plug with a flashlight and see what the piston dome looks like. Move it up and down to get it where you can see. You can look on and see if it's got oil on it or just like fluffy carbon or wet carbon. So it's about the same here condition. And valve is open on that one. The valve looks good. Piston's black with a shocker. From what I can see in the shadow down there, it's not wet. It's not. If it was wet, it'd be shining back in your face. It's dry looking. So typical used bike, running rich, and uses a little bit of oil, but nothing serious. All right, so I'm gonna go blast these real quick. I'll be back. All right, we're back. Alright, clean the plugs up, like new again. These are NGK resistor plugs, which are good. Correct heat range and everything. BPR5 ES11. 11 means wide gap, in case you didn't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what kind of flywheels are in here. If you go in a terminal plug, you can actually see what you have in there. Let's see what we got. They're bright and shiny. It usually means S&S, which means stroker motor. So see how they're pretty shiny in there? Yeah, nice camera. See, they're pretty shiny. If the damn light would stay on. There you go. So what we gotta do now is turn the motor over a little bit. So we have to roll the bike in gear. And see if we can find any identification marks in there telling us what it is. Because S&S wheels are marked. So let's see what we can figure out here. Stuff out of the way. So get the camera out of the way so I don't knock it over. So we're gonna put it in high gear and roll it back and forth. Try to determine what we got. Stuff out of the way here. timing mark there. Timing mark looks stock. Yep. Stock timing mark, so it's a stock set of flywheels. So did I move? Nope, I didn't move. Alright, so you look in there, you see the line in there? So if that was a timing mark from S&S, there would be an F or an R or a T, D on it or something like that. So top, front or rear. So there's nothing on it, so that's a stock flywheel. It's just their good machining. He's got clean oil in there, so if it was Harley oil, it should be all yellow in there, the flywheel, but mainly it's in the case, it builds up, but the flywheel's too bad. So more likely it's a stock 80-inch motor. It's got mileage on it, so it's using a little bit of oil probably. But not enough to make it run bad because the plugs are not getting any. It's all burnt oil, it's not wet oil. The pistons are dry, so that means it's just got mileage on it. Typically used motor. Whew, can I go to sleep? The horn near back over here. Lights. I hit my knee right on the edge of this and set this down, which is bad. That feels like crap on your knee when you hit against it. Okay, so we're going to tighten these back up now, all these parts. Then we'll move on to the next thing, which is look at the carburetor. We're assuming ignition timing's good. We're assuming there's oil inside of there because there's no leakage. And it's still got motor oil in it, so that's a good plus. That little blip on the button I did, starter button. Need to dump a couple ounces of oil out of the breather, so I know there's oil inside the crank. What a shocker. As long as the carburetor's good, probably can light this thing off. That'd be my guess. So, tighten that up. Tighten that up. Good heavy duty plug wires. Looks like it sells. On the plug yet. Got one in. Okay, right. Yep, they are cells. It's where it belongs. Doesn't feel correct in the spark plug. More kind of raw, weird angle doesn't help. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Looks good. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, it's still funny in there. In the right spot. That popped down good there, but alright, we're going to assume that's good. Okay, so first thing I do is put it back in a neutral so you don't know you don't start the bike up in gear. That'll be interesting. Alright, we'll be back.